getting back to full health and all that good stuff?
Just continuing to trust the coaches, trust the people around me, trust the trainers to get me back to 100%. And whenever that is when they want to put me back on the court. So just continuing to trust them.
Is it feeling better? I mean, are you able to move around, do a little bit more each day? Or?
Yeah, every day is feeling better. Just trying to get back to feeling right, get back to 100% has been the main thing right now.
You've worked all your life to be a great athlete, and then you get hurt, and it's like a different foreign part of your body doesn't work. What is that like mentally and emotionally to deal with that? You can't do what you want to do or what you're used to being able to do right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, mentally, the way I've always been, I try not to dwell on things. I try to look to the future and look to where I'm able to improve and how I can be better. So I never really was too sad. It was always just, all right, what's the next move? How do I get better? What do I got to focus on to be the best version of myself and come back stronger than I was before?
Jay, do you ever stop and think that how young you are? I mean, that you could be playing high school sports here in Kentucky right now instead of being a sophomore here in Kentucky? Does that ever even go through your mind?
I mean, not really, just because I've been playing it up against older people since I was like 8. Like, it's been my whole life playing basketball in school. I've always been with older people. I was always the youngest in the group, so it's kind of natural to me now.
What's kind of the bond like with you guys? Because you have young guys, old guys, transfers. What's kind of that group bond like right now?
It's like a brotherhood, really. Like, everybody's working. We're all, kind of buying in, get to know each other better, competing and everything. That's been a big part of it. Just like lighthearted competing, things like that, just trying to buy in and get to know each other better. It's been really fun so far.
And has anybody surprised you with their game? But maybe you didn't know them well before you got here.
Has anybody surprised me? Just the level of activity that BG plays would surprise me a lot. That was really interesting to see.
What about with Coach Pope? I know obviously it's one relationship when a coach is recruiting you and in meetings and offices and stuff, but having your perspective, watching him run practices so far this summer, what kind of jumps out to you about being in the gym when Coach Pope is leading things?
He's just so passionate about the game. It's been a beautiful thing to see that he cares so much about seeing everybody get better and seeing the pieces fit together. That's been probably the thing that stuck out to me the most.
Jay, what do you mean by Brandon's level of activity? Explain that for somebody like me.
Like, he's been playing like really hard, making passes, just impacting every play. Like every play is getting touches, trying to get other people involved. Like, he's been a very good kind of leader, having been here last year. Those are the things that stuck out to me the most about him.
Jayden, the TBT is right around the corner. Last year's team got to do a lot of things with them. What are you most looking forward to? Is there maybe a certain player that you're looking forward to kind of getting some knickknacks from?
The TBT, I haven't seen too much about that yet, but I'm excited to kind of be around that environment and just see what that looks like. It's going to be very interesting for sure.
Maybe get some pointers from Willie College-Stein. He was one of the greatest defenders to come through here.
If I get the chance, definitely just kind of get in their ear, pick their brain, see what tips they have, haven't been to where I'm trying to go. That's going to be an interesting for him, for sure.
Brandon talked about improving his passing like Amari did last year. Have you seen improvement? Well, of course you weren't here last year, but what's it been looking like in practice with Brandon being one of the bigs who can pass?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so far he's been showing off a lot of passing, being able to hit guys on back cuts, be patient, play off 2 feet, and make reads has been a really big thing that he's been working on in practice, and it's been showing so far.
Is that something you see yourself doing well?
Yeah, definitely. For sure, because we have so much space here. The coaches make it so basically it's a large focus on cutting, filling space, getting to the rim, trying to play that way with space. So I feel like I'm going to have a lot of opportunities to show off my passing game for sure.
What maybe has stuck out to you the most about Cam?
Just the physical tools that he has. He's a really good shooter, really athletic. He's able to get downhill, and I feel like he's going to be he's been a huge underdog so far, and I feel like he's going to be a huge part of what we have going this year. I feel like he's going to be a very large impact.
Is he physical enough to go up against somebody like you?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I haven't practiced against him yet, but he's been looking good so far.
And then you talk about knowing Malachi from back in the day. How have you seen his game grow? And I mean, Cam was talking about how elite of a shot blocker he is. Sorry about that. Can you just talk about what you've seen from his game and how you've seen it grow from the younger days?
Well, I mean, he's grown in every aspect because, again, the first time I played against him was like 6th grade, so he's gotten more athletic, stronger, taller, more skilled. Like, he's become a really great player. Again, McDonald's All-American, that's a really difficult thing to do. So I feel like he's been going to be a huge part of what we do this year, and it's been fun to see him grow.
Have you ever been a part of just such a deep team? It seems like everybody on this roster is going to get minutes or can get minutes. Is that crazy to be a part of such a deep team?
This is definitely the deepest team I've been a part of, and I'm really excited to see what we could do, because everybody from 1 to 15 can make a really large impact on the game.
You probably answered this earlier, this is the second wave of people, but what was it like to suddenly get here and suddenly be swept up with a BBN?
I mean, the fan love here, even before I committed, was crazy. So getting to actually be in it and be in Lexington and see all the faces has been a great time. Just being in the community more, I've had a really great experience with
What
it.
has happened to you out in the community? Anything?
Nothing too crazy, a couple pictures, a couple autographs, but it's definitely a lot of love here for basketball, and that was probably one of the biggest aspects of why I decided to be a part of BBN.
Is there a favorite thing to do around Lexington for you?
Well, I'm in the house most of the time. I try not to do too much. Just focus on, getting my knee swelling down and everything. Just try and get back to 100%.
Timetable for you yet?
No timetable yet. Just trusting in the coaches and all the trainers to try and get me back to 100% as soon as possible.
You called Brandon a leader there a few questions ago, and he talked about the role Amari played in developing him, being kind of a mentor for him, and how he hopes as a veteran he can kind of take on that mentorship role. As you're kind of learning this scheme, learning this team, not being able to go 100%, what kind of role has he played in mentoring you?
Just talking me through things, helping me learn the terminology, learn the plays, and leading through example, again, through the practices. Just watching how he relocates on offense and defense, how he's a big talker, just making sure everybody knows what's going on. It's been a really big part of my learning experience so far.
Were you sad you didn't get to do all that conditioning that they did early on?
Well, I mean, they're not sparing me. I'm gonna have to do it when I get back, sadly. So, I'm not missing too much. I'm gonna enjoy it from the sidelines while I can.
One of your teammates, I can't remember who it was, told us that you've been on the sideline saying, "Nice shot, but that wouldn't be a bucket if I'm back out there."
Oh, I mean, I was leading in block shots for a while. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say too much, but yeah, it's gonna be really fun when I get to be back on the court and just see what it's like to actually be there and compete against these guys. I'm really excited to see how it meshes together.
Did you have much chance last year to check out what UK was doing here?
I seen a little bit, but they were in a different conference, so we didn't get to watch too much film. We didn't watch too much film and see too much of what they're doing until after the season.
What did you hear about it?
I mean, multiple 100-point games, Sweet 16 team. They're a really good team last year, and their offensive scheme was really impressive. You hear a lot of good things about them last year for sure.
When did you first start considering coming here?
Well, it was really mostly after the season, after everything has settled down a little bit more, and when Coach Pope and Jasper and all those people reached out, just kind of seeing that I feel like how seriously that they felt that I could help make an impact and contribute to this team. I feel like that was when I started to look here a little more.
And then speaking of game film, is that something that you're really focusing on right now, making sure you learn the offense that way since you can't be really on the court right now?
Definitely just watching what they did well last year, where I might have fallen short, and just how I can improve and how I could fit into their schemes on both sides of the ball.
Was there a player growing up, or maybe your first memory of Kentucky basketball that you can remember, like a guy that's in the league or out of the league, you've kind of watched?
Probably Karl Anthony Towns is a real versatile big, or Anthony Davis. I feel like he plays in a way that's pretty similar to me, really good defensively, plays with that level of physicality and intensity. I feel like I try and model after that, and then he's also to be able to be a force on the offensive side of the ball as well.
New coach was a pretty versatile big guy back in his playing days. Is that nice for you to play for a guy that's almost as tall as you are?
Yeah, it's very different, but I've been enjoying it. He's been able to, give me pointers, give me tips, and he's been there and done that. So that is always good knowledge, and he knows so much about the game. It's been really interesting to pick his brain and talk to him about what he feels that I need to work on and how I can improve my game.
How much of a selling point was that, if it was at all, just the fact that your coach, Coach Pope now, is a guy who played at Kentucky, won a national championship, played in the league, has a lot of the experiences that you're hoping to have in your college career?
For sure. I always enjoy playing with player coaches because they're able to kind of understand and empathize with what they're doing, and they're able to know what it's like through their eyes, what they're trying to do. So I always enjoy playing under player coaches. I played under a player coach last year, and I feel like it's going to be really fun this year for sure.
Your game, I watched some of your Sunday State game. You can step out and shoot the three too. How much of a draw is that Pope basically gives everybody a green light to shoot if they're open?
For sure. I mean, the ball moves so much. There's so much energy on the ball when, you know what I'm saying, things get in motion and, you know, there's a lot of swing passes and things going on that way. So I feel like I'm going to be able to show off a little bit more of my shooting and passing. I feel like that's going to be a very big part of how I progress this year for sure.
What were those first conversations with Coach Pope like, and were you prepared for that level of energy that he brings to the table all the time?
Yeah, for sure. You know, he's very passionate whenever he talks about basketball. It's been cool to kind of, what's the word? It's been cool to kind of lean off that and see from his eyes what he sees about me through the game. So it's been interesting so far.
Any surprises?
Any surprises? Not yet. We're still early in the summer though, so we're gonna see. He might have some stuff once I get back on the court. That'll surprise me a little bit more. But it's been pretty straightforward, and I've been enjoying the process.
Were you able to learn much having to be on the sideline? I mean, you almost through the eyes of a coach. You know,
Yeah,
the fact that
definitely.
you have to observe in a different way.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been watching film and doing things that way, so that's been another way that I've been learning. But watching from the sideline, just seeing what guys are doing, just visually, I feel like that's really helped me memorize some of the things, and being able to picture what I'll be able to do or where I'll be at during those sets has been very helpful and impactful for me.
Like mental reps, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
The schedule this year is one of the best that I can remember in a long time. Are there any games in particular, like, oh, I'm looking forward to this game, can't wait to this game, kind of thing?
Well, Louisville, I'm really excited for the energy that's going to be in that game. That's always a fun one. And all the fans look forward to it, so I'm looking forward to that game for sure. Other than that, Florida, they got us last year, so that's going to be a fun one again.
Right there, it sounds like you.
Those are the first two that come to mind when I think of games I'm looking forward to.
Kind of showing them the ropes.